So I need to talk about the sharing and reposting of shock videos. Shock videos are those ones that show you disturbing and violent content, especially without context or commentary. Now, this is not a judgment against people who do this, but I do want to make you aware of how it affects different types of people when they see it, and how it most likely isn't as helpful as you think it is. In other words, it's causing more damage than it is helping. I think most people have good intentions. They're posting to promote awareness. But I think they don't understand the consequences because they think other people think like them and can handle it. So here's the thing. So many people are suffering from panic, anxiety, PTSD, stuff like that. Their nervous systems are already really overwhelmed. So seeing these videos and images just adds on to their fear and trauma that they're already having trouble dealing with, which can make them feel even more hopeless and depressed. So if you want to share the videos before showing the actual atrocity, put some sort of disclaimer on there. You know, like how they do on the news, where the images you're about to see may be disturbing to some viewers. So at least the people who can't handle that stuff have the opportunity to scroll away, especially if their young children are watching and they don't want them to see that. And if you do, also, after you show the bad bits, please put something in there, suggestions on what people can do to address this problem. Never post this stuff open-ended, because that leaves people feeling like victims. It's the total opposite of empowering. People aren't going to see this stuff and, be in fear and anger and be able to come up with good ideas. What I'm seeing is it goes like this. People see the video. They get angry. They don't know what to do with that anger. So they share it out to make other people angry in the hopes that somebody else will fix it, without realizing how much damage they could be doing to other people. It's so super selfish. So please, if you're going to repost these videos, give the warning first, or for a solution. And then maybe when people get rid of their anger, we can actually think of a good solution. And like I said, it's not a judgment, because I don't think people are doing this on purpose to cause more fear and anxiety. I think they're just feeling helpless themselves, and that's why they're sharing it out. Oh my gosh, look at all these terrible things that are happening. What's going to happen? What's happening in the world? Feeling helpless and depressed. But like I said, that doesn't seem to be helpful. And I'm coming from a place of a person who helps people to release the trauma, release the fear, release all of this stuff that is causing them to be sick, to be emotionally overwhelmed, keeping them stuck. And these types of videos greatly add on to it. Hey, financially for me, it's a plus, because I have more stuff to help people with. But my heart is not about that. I want people to be able to not trap that stuff in the first place, and not get overwhelmed in the first place. And the first part of that is to not get overwhelmed. So, you wouldn't be sharing these videos if you weren't overwhelmed. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough, and I hope you have a great day.